I still remain an optimist. I don't want to live my life in total pessimism, even when we indeed live. I just come from Brussels. You know, we made a production there, and we arrived for the last rehearsals 4 days after the attack. I'm Belgian, so I knew a lot of people, you know, in Brussels. I know a lot of people that live in Molenbeek, the place where these terrorists come from and live. So we made a piece of theater in the middle of this catastrophe, actually. But even then, even also in Brussels, and you felt it also in Paris after the attacks, that people find they didn't stay in to their houses. They went out. They went to the theaters. Our theater was full, you know, well, these are the vulnerable spots at this moment. I think it's not good to have a society that's driven by fear, or a society that's driven by negativism or pessimism. That will not bring anything. It will not bring anything good. So I'm still trying to look at a brighter future, at a new future. And of course, then you have to be aware that things need to change. I think there's something really wrong with our leadership, you know, with the leaders that we have, because the leaders seem to be stuck in the 20th century. And it's clear, well, 9/11 ended the 20th century abruptly, you know, for me. That was clear. But the leadership hasn't adapted to it. For me, the best example is Barack Obama, you know, who gave us and the Americans, but also us, a huge promise of another future, of a new future. But he wasn't successful politically to get it made, to get it, you know, into a factual thing for everybody of us. And there was more failure than things that he could achieve, because he was still stuck within a political system that I think will not survive the 21st century.
When you say, of course, in a way, I absolutely agree that we shouldn't be afraid, but many people in the United States, many people in Europe, they are afraid, yeah, which makes them angry, which makes them, for example, maybe in case of Donald Trump, makes them to vote for the populist, you know, groups, etc. So, if this future can be bright, I mean, what should we do? I mean, that this hate will not, you know, stop us from, I don't know, thinking, for example.
Well, I don't have the solution for that. If I would have the solution, you know, that would be great. But of course, when fear reigns in a country, you know, then populists always stand up. They, you know, because for them that's great. Because fear is what drives populist views. And, you know, it's clear that Donald Trump in the United States, he has a certain amount of followers. It's 35% more or less within the Republican Party. But it doesn't become more and more and more. So, of course, these 35%, I think people should really listen to them, because there is something there that has caused the frustration, the fear, the anxiety. Something has caused it. But also sometimes these are just things that don't really exist in the lives of these people. You know, it's the people that lives in neighborhoods where they never saw a migrant in America that vote for Donald Trump, you know, a lot of the time. So that's always a little bit populist view. A populist view is a very easy view, because you go for what your, it's like your instincts. You make politics based on instincts, you know, on impulses. And for instance, but Donald Trump said, well, I want to kick this guy onto his face in an open forum, you know. He says things like that. Of course, you cannot build a country, you cannot build a new world based on a we, like you join me, you're against us, you're with us or against us. I think that's a world that divides, and that will cause more problems not on the short, not within a few months, but within a few years. This will cause a lot of more problems than trying to go a little bit deeper to find the causes and to try to find constructive, positive solutions.